All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Are we live actually? Oh no, I think we're just recording. All right. We're back here. Welcome back to Houston Rockets Daily. My name is Jason. I post daily Rockets content. Or I haven't been posting daily Rockets content for quite some time now, but we'll get back at it here. Essentially the Rockets have won one game in the last 32 days. Might be 33 days now that it's January 17th. We have won 0 games in the year of 2023 calendar year. And even though we have won one game in 32, 33 days, Charlotte, we have the worst record in the league, but Charlotte's right there. Charlotte has 11 wins and we have 10 wins. So it's been a horrible year for us. But John Wall recently did this podcast, and I urge you all to watch the whole thing, or at least find this. You can copy and paste that in there. Or if you go follow my Twitter, just hop in my likes. But John Wall essentially exposed Rafael Stone. So that's what I got from it. I want to hear from you guys. Unfortunately, I can't play like the whole clips, but here was the deal. We get Wall, right? And it's COVID, it's bubble year, and he admits to tanking. He's like, the Rockets are clearly tanking. Like, we lost 20 straight games. I'm going out there with Dave Waba, some dude named Justin Patton, kind of threw a little jab at Justin Patton unknowingly. Justin Patton, unfortunately, didn't work out. If you're not aware of that, in the COVID year, I had high hopes for Justin Patton. I'll just say that. But anyways, he's like, yeah, all right, we're tanking, whatever. They were like, we want to bring you back as our starting point guard next season. We love you guys we love your mentoring our young guys. We love that you're talking to, and John Wall says this in the clip. I'm talking to KPJ, I'm talking to Jalen Green, I'm talking to KJ Martin, I'm talking to all these cats, and I'm telling them like, actually no, that's in the next clip. Anyways, that's it. So he's like, all right, I'll come back. Right. Contract was for one more year as well. It was player option, but we all knew he was going to take the money. But basically, the gist is they liked his mentor, they liked his leadership, and they liked his basketball play. So a month before the season, I guess Stephen Silas comes to John and he's like, are you willing to come off of our bench? And John Wall's like, what? For who? Obviously, they're talking about Kevin Porter Jr. Looking back at it now, John Wall should have been our starting point guard, and Kevin should have come off of the bench. And I've talked time and time again about Kevin Porter Jr. not being a point guard, but people hate to hear that, although it's just a fact. Anyways, that's not the point of today's video. And he said no. What Stone said to Silas was, we want you playing 10 to 15 minutes a night, and it's not every game. So you're going to be missing a bunch of games. You're going to be getting a bunch of DMPs, but when you do play, you're going to be coming off of our bench and you're going to be playing 10 to 15 minutes. John Wall made a business decision saying, you guys are paying me $40x million. I'm not doing that. And Silas tells him, and this is where you kind of learn this, the Rafael Stone thing is, Silas tells him, man, you should be a point guard, or you should be the starting point guard. This is just what they want upstairs. So he's like, I'll keep rehabbing, I'll keep mentoring these guys. And Stone's like, nah, we're all set with that. And then John Wall kind of talks about how he has to, work out at like, I think like 7:30 in the morning or 8 o'clock in the morning before the players get in there, would show up last minute to the games, still talking to these young cats. But for the most part, what I got from this was Rafael Stone did not want John Wall to be really associated with the Houston Rockets. Maybe that's a little aggressive. That's why I want you guys to go watch this interview, listen to this podcast. But, I think a lot of us obviously knew this. This is not the first time John Wall has openly discussed this topic or opinion. But to hear it twice, I think it just kind of confirms what we already know, right? Silas had no, or still has no power within the Houston Rockets organization. He's just listening to what's going on upstairs. And, there's clearly no set direction with this basketball team right now, except for the guys upstairs. They have some type of plan. They have some type of just brilliant blueprint that they've already devised, and they're like, all right, evidently we're going to tank for 30 straight years, and by then we're going to have some really great players and fill out the rest of the roster. I don't know. I'm not Rafael Stone, but I did find that a little surprising. Like I said, we kind of already knew that, but to just hear it like straight up, essentially hear Stone and the guys upstairs were like, yeah, we don't want you, playing every game for us. And, there's always two sides to every story, right? It's definitely not a good look for the Houston Rockets, but there are two sides to every story. If you're Rafael Stone, you're probably thinking, all right, I want to prioritize the player development. I want to prioritize getting the ball in Jalen Green's hands. I want Jalen to be our franchise player. I want, maybe Şengün to get a little bit more playing time. We didn't quite see that last season. And, I want to keep investing in Kevin Porter Jr. Keep in mind, man, when Kevin came over from Cleveland, right, we threw him in the G League, and then he finishes off the season for us. I mean, the man was balling most games. It's just completely balling his ass off. But the thought was, we're going to still develop him into a point guard, where in reality, he's just a crazy, great, talented scorer. And there's nothing wrong with that. And if we didn't have Jalen Green, maybe Kevin would have a starting role with us. But I'm done with the Kevin Porter Jr. starting point guard experiment. I made a video about that like right before I kind of went on this hiatus, and nobody was a fan of that. And I think people are kind of starting to figure that out now. So that's it for today. Let me know if you guys go watch this interview or the podcast, or just give me your thoughts on today's video. And I will definitely be getting these, for the most part, daily videos. Like I said, for a team that's won once in the last 33 days, it can get a little bit dry, but we're about a month-ish from trade deadline, if I'm not mistaken, 4-ish weeks away. I believe it's January 17th. So I'm gonna probably make a Eric Gordon video later today, because we have a little bit of an update on what they're looking for Eric Gordon. And Eric's had a good last like 2 games or so. That's it for today. Peace.